All right, we're going to be switching gears here a little bit, and we're going to talk about personalizing and driving digital acceleration and authentic client relationships with Steve Taylor, the CEO of BlueRush. Please join me in welcoming Steve to the conference.
Okay, hi everybody, and I'd just say, Harinder, thank you. That was a wonderful, wonderful presentation, and tough act to follow, but wonderful stuff. So I'm the CEO of BlueRush. We are we have a platform called Video, which is an interactive, personalized video platform, and this is fundamentally the challenge that we solve for. And we'll have a bit of fun with it, but according to Microsoft, the attention span of the goldfish is holding steady at 15 seconds. Humans are down to 12, and that number is not improving, but it's actually getting worse over time. And I think we all know why, right? And there's a million pictures like this of people, families. We are all under full assault from television, from phones, from all forms of media. And so that attention span problem has really created a customer engagement problem. And so the way that we deal with that is with interactive, personalized video. I think most people are aware that video has really become a dominant marketing format, and personalization is on the roadmap for most marketers as well. So our technology brings kind of both of those themes together, and in a sense creates almost like an alpha predator in terms of customer engagement. And I'll show you some numbers as we go along. But that's the problem we solve. This is how we solve it. So what is Video? We work with a lot of the best companies in the world now, and interactive personalized video is becoming kind of table stakes almost for marketers, but it has not yet. So a lot of times we're still explaining the technology to people. But this gives you a pretty good idea, is that we can inject data, we can inject things like names, like real financial information, interactivity, calls to action, all these different things at scale and in a secure environment, in order to be able to engage customers. And I'll get to this, but keep them engaged as well. Excuse me. So I mentioned video, fastest growing medium, personalization, big. Interactivity is another important element of this, and it plays into how engaged the customers are, and also the type of data that we can play back. One of the benefits of our platform is actually the amount of information you can get back about your customers and how they're behaving. You can see here just briefly, we started 3 years ago, not even. Our first subscription contract for this platform was in October of 2018. And this is a partial list, as there's probably a lot of banks on here. It's very difficult to get the logos up on these kind of slides, as you know. It could take 6 months to close a deal and 2 years to get approvals for the marketing rights. So this is a partial list, but you can kind of see that in a short time frame, we've had quite a bit of progress. And I'm going to get more into this as well, but the one of the reasons we're having the success that we are is simply that this works, and we keep driving great results. I'm actually going to show you a video that describes this use case a little bit better than I can, maybe. But you see here right away, okay, we talked about customer engagement. 70% of the people, this has been running for over 2 years. 70% of the people that watch the video watch the whole video. These are 90 seconds long. And typically we're getting engagement past 60 seconds for the majority of viewers, which is 60 to 90 seconds is long enough to tell a story, to explain a financial product. Hey, what's the difference between paying my mortgage every 2 weeks and paying it twice a month? I thought that was the same thing. Well, actually, here's the difference. What's the difference between these two credit cards? Okay, this is why this credit card's the right one for you. You need a bit of time with people to explain these things, build that trust, and that then gives you the chance to get them to take an action. So it's really engage, educate, build trust, drive an action. And that's what we've been able to do. And people love being communicated to this way as well. You can see here sort of 90% lift in customer satisfaction. So unfortunately, I have to do a quick swap here on the share to show the video. So just bear with me while I go through some tech stuff here. Okay. Actually, hang on one sec. Share the screen. Where'd it go? Oh. Sorry, there's a weird little button on Zoom. You have to. Here we go. Okay, apologies. Okay. So one of the areas we support is, Harinder was just talking about statements and payments. This is a big area for us, is levering off of a customer statement. I'm going to show you this video and it's going to do a good job.
Statements are typically the most frequent and often the only touchpoint companies have with their customers. Yet while statements have evolved, they've remained text-based for decades. This means your customers have to read through, find, and understand the information they need. In many cases, people will glance at their statement but not read through the details. They are often missing important information that they may need to understand their account details and options. But now, statements are about to transform. Introducing the personalized video super statement. Let's look at a real example. AFP Habitat is the largest pension fund manager in Chile, with 2.1 million customers. Each month, they send out 2.1 million text-based statements via email. Open rates, engagement, and conversation to improve pensions was very low. AFP Habitat decided to use Indie Video technology to create a personalized video pension statement. It uses the same email already sent to customers with their regular statements, but now adds the option to see their personalized video statement.
Hi, here is an AFP Habitat video to explain your pension savings statement for March 2019. Your total voluntary savings is this amount and is distributed as follows. From the total amount shown, this is the investment you've made in Habitat. And this amount is the profit you've earned. Out of the last 12 months, you've contributed 10 months to your voluntary savings account. Remember to contribute each month, since gaps in your contributions can have a direct impact on your retirement pension total. Do you know how much pension income you'll have in retirement? As of March 2019, this is the amount we estimate you'll receive in monthly pension income.
The personalized video can also be interactive. In this case, it can pause to ask clients if they feel their projected pension will meet their needs.
Do you feel your pension will meet your retirement goals? Okay, you feel you may need more from your pension. Don't worry, you're not alone. What amount do you feel you'll need in retirement?
The personalized video can then update itself in real time to provide new information.
Okay, based on getting your monthly pension to this amount, here's how much you would need to add to your current contribution to get there by age 65.
This interaction transforms the statement from one-way communication into a two-way interaction. This allows you to provide a new level of service while gaining important new customer learnings.
AFP Habitat. Let us help you achieve your goals. Click here to update your monthly contribution amount, or speak to your advisor.
The calls to action, and in this case advisor information, can also be dynamically personalized. The result to AFP Habitat was a 4 times conversion improvement with the personalized video. And over 90% of customers surveyed stated they better understood their pensions. Find out how Indie Video super statements can increase your customer engagement levels and results.
So that is that program with AFP has been running for over 2 years, and we didn't know at the beginning whether okay, at the first few months this is going to be a huge success, and then it'll trail off. But interestingly is that the probably 20% or so each month of the customers engage with the video, and those that engage with the video are 65% more likely to increase their contribution. A lot of times, you can imagine, a lot of times that when they see that their retirement picture this way, it's the first time that they've seen what their retirement looks like. And then there's beautiful data that comes back also from the customers. I'll show you some of the dashboards, but they can start to get a sense of how far behind people are on their retirement, what is the delta, and other kind of behavioral characteristics. I'm gonna show you a different also statement related use case here for a credit card. And what's interesting, there's an interesting thing here, is a bit of a technical thing, but we're using robo voice in this one. So you notice in the last one it was basically a voiceover. When you retire, you're going to have this much money, and then we show the visual, because we can't have a voice actor read every single possible numeric combination. This is a good example what you could do with what we're doing with robo voice, which is getting more and more lifelike. In some cases, actually, it is fooling people now. I'll let you take a look here.
Hello, Andres. This is your MasterCard Black Air Miles credit card statement. For the period of September 30th, 2019, your total payment due is $450.27. Your minimum payment due is $20. To be paid before October 16th, 2019. Your current statement balance for this period is $450.27. And your available credit is $8,505. Congratulations. During this period, you've earned 895 air miles for a total of $25.90. Remember, with your Projabanco credit card, MasterCard Black Air Miles, you have the following benefits. Congratulations, Andres. Because you are a very special client for us, we can offer you this new card, MasterCard Connect Miles Platinum.
So this is an excellent example, and the better the data, the better we can be. But this is a great example of, hey, we're not just promoting a credit card that we want to sell. We're actually saying to Andre that we can approve him for this amount, and this is specifically the card. And we have some acquisition-based campaigns that we're running for some banks that sit on the website as well, where people give us some information and we play back, okay, well, based on that, this is the right card for you, and this is how much cash back you're going to get. Or this is the right card from you, and this is how many points you're going to get. And that difference is the difference. It's interesting too, because sometimes we have these programs, and then our customers want to put 20-30 seconds of boilerplate at the end, and so we do that, and you'll see in the analytics on those, it is, as long as it's contextual and relevant and personal, people stay engaged. As soon as you go to, hey, we'd love to tell you about how great our bank is, gone. Like, it's just like instantly. So personalized, relevant offers. And why am I showing 2 statement examples? Is a personal sort of passionate thing of mine, that this is the most, or the least used asset most companies have. They're not using the statement effectively. And it's very often the most common or regular touch point that they have with their customers, probably more often than not. I go to statements. These things can live in websites. We can deploy through email. We can deploy in apps. Essentially, any channel is available. So I won't spend too much more time with that. I'm going to try to get back here in a less clumsy fashion to my deck. There, that was way slicker. So you can see here, this is the first video that I showed, 70% plus going the whole distance in a 90-second video. You know, I met a competitor once that I steal their line, you know, is I can get you a minute with your customer. I'm the only one who can say, I can get you a minute with your customers or your prospects. What do you want to do with that minute? And that's important, because part of our discovery process is understanding where's the pain point, where are the pain points in the customer journey. So I'll give you a couple more examples kind of just case studies here. So in this case, we're doing, this is app onboarding, obviously big priority for a lot of banks and telcos and other companies is to get customers engaged with their app. And you can see here, essentially what we're trying to do is drive mobile app downloads. And we got almost 30% of people viewing the video actually downloading the app. It was multiple times greater than the threshold we'd set for what we would call success on this program. Very engaged in this one, 95%, again, going past 75%. And, you know, a great success. That was the first program we did with this particular customer, and that relationship's now evolved into an enterprise level. They're looking at how they're going to use IndiVideo for credit cards, loans, things like app adoption, helping get people move from print to digital, wealth, like essentially every service and product they have up and down the customer journey. This one I put up here just because, you know, late payment notice IndiVideo. What could be more exciting than being sent a video that you are late on a payment? It almost sounds counterintuitive, but this is, we actually got 59% of the people to watch more than 75% of a late payment. But more importantly, the first stat is more important. We actually drove a significant number of people to auto pay, which solves a huge problem for this customer in terms of, well, collections, call center, all those kind of things, even customer satisfaction. So I talked a bit about analytics. We have sort of out of the box analytics. There are, you know, essentially our kind of summary level dashboard is what you'd expect, right? How many actual views, how many visitors, how many views, what is the engagement from that? And we can kind of track, you know, every step of the way there. This is sort of basic. You'd expect this. We get into more advanced analytics around what is going on, like where, if we're not doing as well as we want, where are we losing people? You can see here in this example, you know, you're getting a bit of a drop off here near the end. That is pretty typical, but again, you can kind of see, and if we see something like that, we might say, well, where is the call to action, or is there something we can do to front end load something if we're starting to see these kind of results? So we use these with our customers to enhance the programs, and this is why, you know, we have, you know, a lot of our actually all of our first projects that we sold in 2018 are still running in early 2019, because we do continuously enhance them. interactivity brings a whole other level of data to the table, because it almost ends up being like a survey. And we all know that, if surveys have, the problem with surveys is survey bias. People answer surveys kind of the way that they want to project themselves. But if people are trying to get to an answer, and they're presented a question, they're going to answer honestly. So in this case, this doesn't actually get into the question itself, but I actually know what this is about. So this is basically about app adoption. So you can kind of see here, do you use apps? This is just a general sentiment around apps. Do you want to use our app? And then there's a sort of a call to action CTA element there. So you can overlay these interactive elements onto the sort of base analytics. And many of our customers actually now pumping our data, even they're using our dashboards, but also taking that data out into other BI platforms, and it's becoming part of the sort of core data set they're using to understand their customers. This one is basically an ROI dashboard. And so we take the annual cost of the license, we take what's the LTV of a conversion, which we work with the customer on. Hi, Peter. How am I doing for time, bud?
Unfortunately, you're out of time, Steve. So if you could wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Yep. We have lots of analytics. These are the 4 core value propositions. Scalability. We have a great services team. I talked about analytics. I could talk forever about data and how we handle data, but the reason we're doing so well with financial services entities is we have the best security story. We are growing globally, and that's probably it. So, did I leave time for questions, Peter? Or
unfortunately not. Steve, thank you so much. Really appreciate you taking the time at CFS. That was truly engaging. For the folks who want to get in touch with Steve on this great product, you can email us at deals@framework.vc. I've put that in the chat, and we can connect you to Steve. Thanks so much, Steve.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.